Hello, hello, and welcome everybody. I noticed there are some people here, so this is actually my first time doing this, so just learning how to do a live, but welcome everybody to Inner Child Care Live. Hi, Carrie. Nice to see you. So nice to see you. Hello, Stacy. Welcome everybody. Yeah. So I'm just so happy to, yeah, do this first live. And, I'm experimenting with Insight Timer. And, I feel like there's just a lot of amazing people on this, app already that are into meditation, spirituality. And so I was like, let's give it a go and let's try this. And so, yeah. And so today I just wanted to introduce a little bit about me first and also about today's intentions. And yeah, and we'll get started for today. Hello, Joe, and welcome, Nilofar. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, so my name is Dr. Jen. It's so nice to meet everybody. And, I just want to introduce a little bit about the work that I do. And essentially, I'm a doctor of physical therapy as well as a somatic mindfulness coach, hypnotherapist, and holistic body worker. And I'm from Orange County. And essentially, what I help people do is I help people shift the focus from the external world back to the internal world. I help people say yes to selves and to really care for the inner child that sometimes get repressed, sometimes doesn't get seen and heard by ourselves or by the external world. And so today's mini workshop is all about helping ourselves really give ourselves and our inner child and all aspects of the mind that care and that love that we truly deserve in this moment. And sometimes we forget because sometimes we may be busy working or trying to be somebody for somebody else, or we're busy people pleasing, or doing external things to try to survive in this life, right? And within life, there is suffering, and it's quite normal to have these types of, difficulties within life. But how can we start shifting the focus back to loving ourselves just as we are? How can we allow ourselves to just rest in being? How can we just allow ourselves to just be, right? And so for today, my intention is to help you guys and to help myself because, this is a collaborative journey and process of essentially allowing ourselves to shift the focus from the external back to the internal, to tend to our inner needs and wants, to give to oneself, and to give what we so easily perhaps give to others or to our work or to our children or to others. How can we step back into that space of just really allowing ourselves to receive that care and that nurture from this moment, from ourselves, from one another within this, space as we're collectively coming together to turn inward and to, yeah, just vibe together. Yeah. And so, that's my intention for today. And, in addition to that, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going on a guided inner journey, a meditative journey of, yeah, just cultivating that inner presence, that inner stillness, and that inner care and love that we truly need. And with me, I also have a really cute bunny with me, and she will also be on the guided inner journey with us. So this is actually a bunny that my sister gave to us, and it symbolizes my inner child, actually. But anyways, I thought I'd share that with you guys. So if you guys have any, anything to make you feel more comfortable right now, like, if it is a pillow, if it's like blankets, just really allow yourself this time and space right now to just settle into this space as we kind of come together as one to really just, turn inward. And we're going to do a little bit of like a mini training before we get into the guided inner journey. And I'd also love to hear from you guys as well. But yeah, but first, just make sure everything is okay right now. Like if you need anything in your space to feel more comfortable, please feel free to just get that right now. And we'll just come into really just settle for a moment before we begin. And yeah, I'll also be asking you guys about your intentions, and feel free to drop in the chat as well. But first, how about let's just really just ground into this moment and just allow our bodies to just really just settle in this space. So just allowing yourself to just breathe, to just be, whether eyes are open or closed, just do whatever feels intuitively right for you, for your body. And just allow yourself to just notice and ask yourself, is there anything I need and want at this moment to be more comfortable? Maybe it's to sit a little bit more upright, or maybe it's to slouch a little bit more. Feel what is intuitively right for your body at this moment. And just allowing your body to really just rest in the comfort and the safety of just being, whether you're sitting or laying. And just breathe and allow. And if there is any object that also makes you feel safe or comforted or okay in this moment, feel free to grab that object. Or if it's even, an object that you can see somewhere, just notice how that object looks or feels. For example, for me, I'm looking at this glass cup with my oat milk latte with green tea. And so just looking at the glass and the oat milk makes me want to actually just hold that. Just feel into the warmth of the object or the coolness. There's always something in the external world or internal world that we can really ground into. We're just using this space and time to really just ground into just that being. And if you have water, feel free to take a sip of that or milk or anything. Yeah. Yeah, just really giving yourself this time and space for all the energies, all the feelings, all the things to kind of just settle. Even this excitement from being here with everybody else, with all these beautiful meditators here. So amazing. And just really just breathing in, breathing into all the beautiful meditators, internally, externally, all here together as one. We're here to turn inward. We're here to be human with one another. Even if it's online, we're still here interconnected, and really just breathing into that and allowing yourself to really just simmer in this connection inside, also outside, knowing that you belong, you are home, you are present in this moment. Really just giving yourself that space and place to really come home. I invite you to just bring your hand by your heart if that feels okay. Really just breathe into your hand by your heart or by any other parts of your body. Really just noticing how it feels to be by your side. And one of my clients said, I got you. That was her inner child or her higher self saying, I got you. And that's the first thing that came up to my mind. I got you. It's like my right hand on is telling my left hand, like, I got you. And my hands is telling my heart, I got you. And really just breathing into that. If that resonates with you, knowing that you got yourself, but we got each other here as well, as we're really just simmering in this internal and external connection. Whenever you're ready, let's actually squeeze the hand if that feels okay, and take a deep breath in and back out. Squeezing the hands. And let it go. Squeezing the hands. And letting it go. And just allowing any energies to move through the body. Cleansing and clearing, and allowing yourself the space and time to breathe and be, and to allow the sensations within the body to move with ease, grace, and peace. And don't mind me, I'll be sighing, and that just helps me kind of activate the parasympathetic. And I invite you also, if it feels safe for you, to release through sighing or any noises or any things within your world that you need to do vocally or physically laying down. Just know this is a safe space for you to really just tune into what you need and what you want, and to explore those needs and wants. Yeah. And welcome to all the new meditators that just came through while I was guiding this grounding exercise of just some somatics, but also just, whatever I feel like doing, this is kind of a fun playground to be on. But anyways, but let me just actually explain a little bit about the somatics part. The somatic part was essentially just like really grounding into the body, what feels comforting. A lot of time the mind likes to simmer and what's not working, right? But a lot of times what's really helpful is really just grounding into comfort and really allowing yourselves to kind of ramp down the nervous system if you're feeling called to do that, to really just tap into how it feels to even just like sit here or to lay down or to be in comfort, how it feels to hold, a warm glass of milk or milk tea, and just really simmer in that, right? And just allow. So yeah, that's a little bit of what we did earlier collectively, but I'm just so curious about you guys, So, typically how I do these workshops, and this is my first time on Insight Timer doing a live. So this is my first workshop on Insight Timer. So but yeah, typically on Meetup or other platforms or in person, I would typically ask, what is your intention? And so feel free to type that in the chat, and I can kind of integrate that within today's training or guided inner journey to help us kind of integrate whatever you are wanting to receive from today, whether it's you want to learn something new or feel free to drop in the chat any intentions or any things that you want to learn. Or yeah, and feel free to do that. And with that, ooh, yes, daily practice for supporting my inner child. Amazing. Let's do that. Perfect. Intentions for today. And I'll be typing on my notepad over here to also make sure I get this down. So thank you for sharing, Rebecca. So it sounds like you're wanting daily practice for supporting your inner child. Yes, let's do that. We deserve to have that daily practice to really tune into our needs and wants. Joe, to give love to my inner child. Yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. To give love to my inner child. Thank you so much for sharing, Joe. And our inner child, this aspect of us, however old they are, and however old they are, whatever part of the journey they are in, perhaps there was a moment in time where they didn't receive that love from our parents, from the external world, from classmates, or from co-workers. But what we have the ability to do in this moment is to give that love it didn't receive, is to really allow ourselves to support and hold loving awareness, loving space for these aspects with ease, grace, and peace. So thank you so much, Joe, for sharing. Absolutely, to give love to my inner child. Yeah, Eric, I just want to connect with inner child. Grew up in a childhood trauma, and my inner children are angry. Yes. No, absolutely. No, thank you so much for sharing, Eric. Absolutely. And, a lot of times inner child can be angry, and even the anger is welcome, right? So many times do we repress our anger. So many times do we repress all of these emotions, but even the anger, we can hold with loving awareness. We can hold, the experiences, the traumas with ease, grace, and peace. So I guess what we can do is with each response, I can kind of say something to that. And so hopefully that could be helpful for everybody else that is tuning in and listening into this. And so, when we have, one second. Okay. So when we have feelings like anger, resentment towards the external world, towards maybe our parents, and I totally have that, I had that, and it comes up repeatedly depending on the conditions on the external world and my own condition. And so, when we have those resentful feelings or anger, it's quite normal. When we are brought up with, environments that are not actually so positive or nurturing towards our inner child, perhaps being shamed for having emotions, this is absolutely part of the human experience. And I want to acknowledge the traumas, the difficulties we may have experienced in the past and in the present, and how some of these past traumas can actually show up in our present moment reality. But I also do want to acknowledge that now is the time. Now is the time to really shift into that space of really recognizing that we can observe these sensations. We can observe the anger. We can observe the inner child. We can observe what has happened in the past, and we can observe the present from a space of loving awareness, from a space of tapping into not so much of the identification, like this is who I am and this is me. I guess taking the mindfulness approach of it and essentially allowing ourselves to take a deep breath in, to really breathe, to feel, to acknowledge, and to shift the perspective. And let's actually do that. And we'll count from 5 to 0 and take a deep breath in, and we'll shift into that background stillness or awareness, if that's okay with you. So we're going to just acknowledge all the pains, all the suffering, and we're going to shift into stillness at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Take a deep breath in and allow ourselves to shift into that pure background awareness, that pure awareness that is all around the anger, perhaps the disappointment, perhaps the sadness. We can shift into that focus, tapping into pure awareness, into the background stillness. Imagine yourself perhaps in the sky, right? There's some clouds, maybe it's inner child anger, inner child pains. or maybe, our protector parts or other parts, right? And when we're just observing the clouds, sometimes we can get so identified with the clouds, but in this moment, we allow ourselves to really step out into the sky, into the expansive space and place, and really just feel into the expansion of just being, of just breathing. And when we're able to really shift into that pure awareness of just being in that like sky and that expansive space of pure awareness and stillness, what's so beautiful is that we can get that restorative rest. We can actually shower those clouds with loving awareness, with presence, with connection, with this, spiritual connection, or this, whatever connection you want to call it, this beautiful internal and external connection that is really just giving the inner child that acknowledgement, like that, says, hey, I'm so sorry you're angry. I'm so sorry that you went through all of what you went through. I'm so sorry you are sad, but I want you to know that I'm here for you. And we're just using some verbalization to communicate with these parts, but even just that presence, giving presence without judgment, without that, critical mind that is turned on, really tuning into the part of yourself that can really just ground into knowing that stillness, that pure awareness, that loving awareness, that presence that perhaps we didn't receive when we were younger. That is what we can tune into. That presence will really nurture our inner child, nurture those angry parts so that it can slowly arise and pass, arise and pass, and arise and pass. And so, yeah, and those are, that is the beauty of tapping into mindfulness, tapping into really just presence, of holding that space, that expansive space. And, it's just so beautiful what can happen when we're just really present with these aspects with loving awareness. So, yeah. Okay, thank you so much for sharing, Eric. And Rebecca, I became separated from my parents at a very young age, and now I have trust issues. And as I'm reading it, Rebecca, I just really want to acknowledge, as all of us are really here with you as well, acknowledging these parts. And I just want to read what Rebecca said, the next one too. For me, it's almost boils down to this hurt. Yeah. And so, absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing how sometimes there's that pain, there's that hurt, and there's that trust that is that lack of trust within the external world. And perhaps that there's a lack of trust within the internal world as well. And as we're just really holding that space, let's just really just breathe into it as we just collectively breathe into knowing that sometimes it can be difficult to trust. Sometimes it can be difficult to really trust ourselves and others. But just what comes through, and I just start drawing it with my hands actually. I realize I'm still on this, okay, like online platform, but anyways. So there's this little cloud of distrust. And we can even draw a little cloud and imagine that that cloud is also this cloud of distrust. And this feeling of distrust, it's it's part of the thought process, right? I don't trust. I can't trust. I don't want to trust, or any other feelings or thoughts. And what happens is like there's this thought process going on, and that correlates with some feeling in the body. So let's just really tap into acknowledging both the story or the thoughts and also the sensations. And so, with both of these aspects, we can recognize that the cloud is a cloud, and we can really just breathe with that pure awareness and loving awareness for this as well. Really acknowledging that, and really calling in that guidance system, or calling in our higher selves to really activate that inner trust. Even if we don't trust on the outside yet, it's okay to really call in that activation for inner trust of this moment, for inner trust for me, for this moment, and perhaps in the future for others. Also recognizing that wherever we are, it's okay. Thank you so much for sharing that, Rebecca. And we have Lisa. Lisa, yes, Lisa. How to gain trust of my inner child. Wow, yes, synchronistic. When I haven't known how to protect her or be the wise parent. Yeah. By the way, everything here is private. I'm just typing these down so I can create the guided inner journey for you guys, okay? So what we have here, and we'll start also the guided inner journey in about 4 minutes. But first, let's really touch into this as well. So gaining trust for, let's see, gaining trust for inner child when I haven't known how to protect her or to be the wise parent, communicate with her so I can fully heal. Feels blocked. Okay. Yeah. So it sounds like what you're struggling with is there's some blockage, and there's this desire to gain trust for inner child, or trust for also the higher self or other aspects of the mind to be the wise parent. So the first thing that comes into my mind is forgive. Let's just take a moment to really just breathe and just really hold space for these feelings of, in the past perhaps you weren't able to protect her as the wise parent, and the first thing that came up was forgiving oneself, forgiving those parts that didn't know how to protect. And perhaps that came about because your parents or your primary caregivers in the past were not able to fully protect you, your inner child, the way that you needed. And so definitely tapping into acknowledgement that sometimes we're going to be shitty parents. And it's because, and it's not that we are shitty parents, we have shitty actions. Okay, let's just, we're not, anyways. But sometimes there's actions that we create because of the conditioning of our mind, because of the conditioned patterns that we were brought up in, because of our environment, because of ignorance of our parents or of ourselves. And a lot of times we want to blame those parts and shame those parts. But the thing is, they didn't know. And, when we're holding on to these parts with shame, holding on to these aspects with so much pain, a lot of time that can block us from fully letting go, to flow, and to really allow ourselves to just come back to just being our authentic self, from just being ourselves. And so when we're able to let go of the shame and blame of the external and then the internal, we can then start stepping into your intentions, your truest intentions, gaining that trust, gaining or even cultivating. Maybe it's not gaining because that trust is already within you. That protection, it's already within you. And we're going to tap even deeply, even more into that protection. And it's not going to be perfect. And I totally understand you as well, or anybody else that go through that. As someone that is recovering from people pleasing tendencies and perfectionism, it can be easy to fall back. And so my inner child can essentially be not protected, while I'm caring for others, doing for others, trying to provide in a way that is like go, 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 you know, and then my inner child then becomes vulnerable and then becomes, you know, not so happy and upset or angry or sad. But we're going to really take this time now to go on a inner journey to really tie in some of these things, to really allow ourselves to know that we can really give to our inner child. And this journey that we're on is perfectly imperfect the way it is. All of us, we have, traumas from the past, whether it's big or small. But even within these traumas, even if we have X, Y, and Z diagnosis, we're still whole. Even if we have chronic pain, we're still whole, just as we are. This is all a part of the human experience. And we're all just walking on this path of really just loving ourselves, opening up to the love within ourselves, turning inward, and allowing ourselves to really just, give that love to the external, have that radiate, but also really tuning in and tapping into that protection, that energetic bubble of really just, really, really just, yeah, protecting our inner child and giving her what she needs. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, tears. Thank you. I forgive all the fragmented aspects of myself. Oh, my mother. I know these things mentally. It's the unseen sensations within my body. Thank you for being here. I'm so grateful. Oh, I'm so grateful for you too. That makes me want to cry also. And Rebecca, completely people pleasing, and then I abandoned just as happened to me when I was young. Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for sharing, Rebecca. Thank you for sharing, everyone. And now I'm going to get into this guided inner journey. And I might go a little bit over time. So if you guys, I'm not sure how, I think we should be able to go over time, but feel free to leave if you need to leave early or anything like that. But we're just going to, go on this guided inner journey, and I don't want to rush the process either. So yeah, so let's get comfy and let's just really, get into a space, whether it's seated or laying down. If you're feeling a little sleepy though, I'd probably sit up. But yeah, so yeah, just get comfy and allow yourself to, yeah, just be for a moment. Second, okay, I'm gonna pull up some other things. Okay, you guys ready? All right, thumbs up, but I can't really see, or hearts. Okay, cool. All right. All right, everyone. Let's go ahead and get started with gently closing your eyes, allowing yourself to get into a comfortable position where you can relax and be and breathe as you really give inner child that care and nurture and that presence and loving awareness. Let us really tune into the breath, breathing and being, and know that you are safe, you are home, you are home in this present moment, in this body, in this mind and spirit. Just really allowing yourself to breathe as you relax in your chair or surface you're on, feeling the rhythm of your breath, feeling the connection inside. And just allow yourself to bring attention to the top of your head, allowing a sense of relaxation to wash all over your scalp, your forehead, temples, eyelids, cheeks, relaxing your jaw as a sense of calm and peace continues to relax and release the neck muscles all the way through your shoulders, softening them all along the way as you're bringing this energy of care, loving awareness, presence throughout your body. And don't worry about any external noises or sounds, even my voice. Don't worry about any thoughts. Just allow all of these sensations, external sounds to just help you come even deeper into this loving awareness, dropping even deeper into this loving awareness at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Take a deep breath in and drop even deeper, even more into loving awareness, pure awareness of this present moment. Now allow this sense of relaxation and pure awareness and loving awareness to continue down your upper arms, your elbows, forearms, as it relaxes and releases any tensions from your wrist, hands, all the way to the tips of your fingers, as that sense of relaxation now continues, bringing calm and peace to your chest area as you open up opening up to love, opening up to receiving your care and loving awareness, opening up to daily practice for inner child, opening up to loving your inner child, opening up to connection with inner child, with presence, with stability, with love, recognizing and knowing that it's always been here. This loving awareness, presence, regardless of what you are experiencing, whether it's anger or sadness or pain. You allow yourself to open, to let go, to flow, to let go, to flow with openness. Breathing into this flow, dropping into this love. And as that sensation of loving awareness and flow moves through the chest, allow it to continue to flow with ease and grace into your solar plexus, to your belly area, bringing and unwinding and letting go of distrust and flowing with trust and self, letting go of blame and shame and opening up to compassion as you flow and go, flowing and going. Your breath becomes very deep, gentle, rhythmic, and the drowsy, daydreamy feeling of loving awareness, presence takes over as you let go, letting go to flow, dropping even deeper into presence, connection, belonging, love, allowing that sense of calm relaxation to travel through the hips and pelvis, releasing any tension or stresses. Allow yourself to feel that wonderful feeling of calm traveling down the thighs, allowing yourself to feel that relaxation and loving awareness deeply within the body, knowing that you can communicate with the body, with the inner child. You can communicate from a space of loving awareness with that wise parent, feeling even deeper, even more into this connection of wise self, higher self, and inner child, feeling into that deep sense of relaxation of thighs, knees, connecting mind and body, integrating mind, body, and spirits, traveling into the legs, ankles, into the tips of the toes and feet. Just breathing as you're really feeling into the sense of ease, grace, and peace, dropping even deeper into this gentle, rhythmic being in this moment, being with the breath, and allowing yourself drop even deeper into presence at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Take a deep breath in. And feel even deeply, even more into presence. Feel into that loving presence for inner child as you're caring for her, caring for him or them, allowing you to really just know that you can come home. You can love yourself. You can start trusting one step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time. Know that you are not broken. Even if you have mental or physical pains, I'm here for you. I got you. Repeating that to yourself, feeling into the I got you statement. Coming back to integrating mind, body, and spirit with universal energies or source or whatever you believe in, higher powers. Know that loving presence is always here for you. You're never alone. I know you felt alone. I know you felt hurt. Or maybe you didn't. Maybe you did. But however you felt, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But we're here. Universal positive energy is here. And let's tune into that. Within this journey, this is our journey of tuning into universal presence, loving awareness, positive energies of the universe. And we're going to connect into that each and every day, each and every moment. And whenever we lose our way, we come back, come back, come back. Breathing in to this coming back. Come back, come back, come back. Opening up to coming back in this moment. Opening up to really allowing ourselves to know that if there are moments where you've fallen down, it's okay. Come back. Stand back up. I got you. We got you. Breathing in to this mind, body, spirit integration. Feeling into that. Feeling into forgiveness. Feeling into trust. Feeling into divine connection and presence and wholeness. Within this moment, allow yourself to envision or imagine you and your inner child, and perhaps anybody else you'd like to invite in this space. We're going to call in protective energies. We're going to call in universal positive energies to protect us individually as well as collectively, seeing ourselves in individual bubbles as well as a collective bubble. Really allowing ourselves to really call in that protection, call in that connectivity, call in integration of mind, body, spirit within the internal world as well as the external, calling in to bring in together as one, hand in hand within the space, hands up if that feels good, all the way up in the sky, physically or mentally, feeling into the connection, feeling into the oneness, feeling into the wholeness, squeezing your hands if you feel like it, and allowing yourself to drop into connection, drop into protection, drop into love. Feel into the oneness within yourself. Feel into the oneness within the external world. Feel into the oneness in this space and place. Breathing, releasing, and allowing you to flow and be, to be present, to be here, to be loved and be love. Within a moment, so really simmering in this feeling and imagery or thoughts of connection and oneness, I'm going to slowly come up and out of this deep state of mind. First, we're going to give thanks to everybody in this space and place, giving thanks to our internal world, giving thanks to inner child, giving thanks to higher self, giving thanks for universal positive energies, giving thanks for the 84 meditators that are here in this present moment, giving thanks and receiving gratitude for self, for others, for this moment, allowing ourselves to let go of what we need to let go within our early morning dreams, allowing ourselves to love ourselves just as we are, and allowing ourselves to know and trust in this moment, trust that we are whole in this moment, even if we're on our healing journeys, doesn't mean we are broken. We are whole in this moment. We're whole within this space and place, tapping into wholeness, tapping into this moment, tapping into love. Breathing in, slowly and surely coming up and out with a deep breath in at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, slowly and surely opening the eyes, but first really moving the body with ease, grace, and peace. Really allowing yourselves to move the body and slowly open the eyes. Breathing in. Really bringing that flow of energy, whether it's through movement, and I'm just moving my hands to just bring into flow, moving the head. Really just giving yourself a big hug. Welcome back, everyone, and feel free to, just really come into the space of hugging yourself, dropping into just being, and relaxing into the moment, and just allowing yourself to just notice as we're opening our eyes, right? Just look where we are in this present moment. And if you feel like looking at the screen, look at the screen. Know that we are here connected with the physical, with the spiritual, with humans, with animals, with the wall, and then just touching the wall with everyone here virtually, but still here. Really just allowing yourself to ground back into the present moment reality, knowing that things are okay. Things are more than okay. And let's tap into that okayness. And just knowing that we can care for our inner child. It comes easily, naturally, effortlessly. And we can love ourselves. It comes easily, naturally, and effortlessly. But what we must do is step into that space of pure awareness, of presence. We must step into that space of shifting out of that consciousness of pain and hurt and into a consciousness of loving awareness, stability, groundedness. That is all within us, no matter if you have, CPTSD, anxiety disorder, chronic pain, or X, Y, and Z. We all have the ability to really step into that space of pure awareness. And that is the power of mindfulness, the power of presence, and the power of loving our inner child just as she is, as we step into that wise self, that parent we wish we had. But now is the opportunity for us to say, we got it. We can do that. Let's step into that each and every day, right? But yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. And today was my first Insight Timer Live. It was so fun. So thank you so much for joining in. And feel free to donate if you feel called to. The donations help with, keeping these events running and up and going. I plan to do so much more. And it just feels honestly so beautiful and amazing to just be here with you guys to really ground down and to be on this journey of healing, of loving ourselves just as we are, easily and effortlessly and calmly. But yeah, so we'll give a couple more minutes if anyone wants to share anything. We'll end in maybe 5 minutes, and I'll just read some of the comments here. Yes, let's see. Yes, thumbs up. Hello, Stacy, Andre, Rebecca. Yes. You're so welcome, Nilofar. Oh, yes, ready. Okay, I saw that now. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Thank you. Yeah, it was so fun to do this first Insight Timer Live. So we'll definitely continue to do this. Thank you so much. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. Thank you for the validation. Oh, you're natural. Oh, thank you. Thank you, B and Matt. Great session. Amazing, amazing. Yes, yes, yes. Amazing. And Stacy, thank you. It was an amazing experience. Thank you so much. You are so welcome, Matt. And yes, are you going to do a regular live? Yes, I do plan on doing so. So maybe I will do it every week. So it'll probably be about different topics. The next one will most likely be about abandonment or emotional flashbacks, things of that nature. So yeah, but definitely we'll continue to do these. Yeah. And feel free to connect also um with my Instagram. Also, I have more content over there as well. But yeah, amazing. I'm so happy. Lisa, thank you so much. I can feel the energy moving through the stuck places in my body. Deep gratitude. Oh, yes. So amazing. I'm so grateful. And I also have the recording, so I most likely will post that on Insight Timer. So on my Insight Timer, you guys can, so there's a lot of like different types of meditation, maybe some on abandonment, some on mindfulness, some on like loving presence. So feel free to check those out as well. So yeah, let's see. Yes. So yeah, absolutely. And I would most certainly take some time after this to drink lots of water. Mhm. Drink lots of water after this kind of um, healing workshop. There's a lot that was moved through. And yeah, just give yourself that time to drink water. And also, yeah, just give yourself that time and space to just be and breathe and to just really reflect upon, things that happened today. So I can type in the chat also a couple of things that you guys can reflect on. Let's see. What are your key takeaways for today? Two. Wait, key takeaways. What are your key takeaways from you? Okay, so one, how are you feeling? What are your key takeaways? What is your new intention for today? forward. What action steps are required? Okay. So if anyone wants to dive in a little bit deeper after session with your own practice time or journaling time, these are some things that you guys can um, think about. How are you feeling? Tap into how you're feeling, tap into, what your key takeaways are, tap into what is your intention, right? So we've done this healing work and now, give yourself that time and space to think about what your new intentions are. And, what action steps would you like to take to help you reach those types of intentions, right? Yeah. So feel free to do that. Copy and paste it somewhere if you'd like to just journal. Yes, Rebecca, I'm going to incorporate something similar in my morning routine. Amazing. Beautiful, beautiful. Caroline, thank you. Oh, congratulations on your first live. Feeling more relaxed. Yes. Oh, yes. Yawning a lot is so good and eyes watering. Just, yeah, those are all beautiful signs of just releasing and like letting go. So beautiful, beautiful. Whenever I yawn, I'm like, yes, I know something is processing. Anyways, so thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. So I guess next time I'll do probably 1 hour for the next live. So yeah, I think 1 hour is actually perfect. So I originally put 45 minutes, but I think 1 hour would actually be perfect. Thank you so much for the donation, Lisa. I appreciate it so much, so much. And the donations really help with just keeping these Insight Timer lives, keep on running and going. But yeah, so thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in and joining in. Super, super grateful once again. And yeah, let's vibe and connect and also just heal some more collectively together as one the next time, mostly likely next week. I'll post it on Insight Timer sometime later on this week. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys have a really good rest time and restorative alone time if you need that to really just rest and be. But anyways, all right, guys, well have a good rest of your day or night wherever you are, because we're probably a global community. Yeah, okay. You're so welcome, Martin. And yes, looking forward for the next one too. I'll see you guys all there and let's stay connected. Okay. Well, bye, guys. And say bye to everyone else too. And also, I have my little bunny rabbit too. I should say bye. Actually, it's on the floor. Never mind. Anyways, okay. Bye, guys. Take care.